Hello and welcome to the channel. It's been a while, I'd say around well 9 days, just over a week, but I'm going to be seeing the Lantern series soon when that comes out, and having just watched the Green Lantern, I thought I'd review not these three figures initially, they're just here for the opening shot, but Hal Jordan. So I'm going to come in close, first on Kyle Rayner, and I think it's acknowledged by the fans of the best body type for a Green Lantern, but as much as I like it, I'm still into my Hal Jordan, who is my first acquisition in a twin pack alongside Earth 22 Batman Green Lantern, which I might stick up in this review. This is Hal Jordan, and I love this figure, kind of the image of how I remember him. Got a touch of Ryan Reynolds about him because controversially I still think that film was good. It was a good origins film, and I know they had some weak moments, but for me it ticked the boxes. I thought the kind of colourfulness of it was really good, comic book looking. I like Sinestro, Abin Sur. You'd know who they were if I pronounced it correctly. I love those characters. I liked all of them, Kilowog and all the others. And I know they're popping up. There's a question of space. Like every collector has that issue of space, and subject to availability and a fair cash price. But that's Kyle Rayner. Moving up to Parallax, and finally over to Hal Jordan. So on this review I'm going to pose out Hal Jordan with different constructs, constructs being the weapons he can comprise when he wants to, using the power ring. So you'll see him with these things, these fireball sort of effects, and that sword. Plus I'm going to put him with John Stewart's kind of laser cannon construct. So I'm going to put it on pause and start the ball rolling. So now I've got him on the platform there, Hal Jordan. He's still got the same construct, that green fireball and the lantern. I can't remember what constructs he came with, but you're going to see them all today being posed out. And this is Earth 22 Batman, I believe, Infected Batman they call it, I think. He was part of the twin pack with Hal Jordan. And I put a Joker sword in his hand. I put weapons in there as before, but I do love that bat. That was really good. And I didn't much like this figure, to be honest, but I saw it in a Comic-Con thing where they were showing off statues, and they had this exact one. And that statue, just like this figure, was really impressive as a statue, so I got more respect for the figure. So I have posed him out a lot. I've had him on a flight stand. You won't see that today. But he came with Hal Jordan there. So we'll get Hal Jordan now holding out some different weapons or constructs, if you're one of those purist Green Lantern fans. So this is his first pose, and he's got some green construct fireballs. These don't go with him, and this was really tricky, to be fair, and you'll see why in a sec, but it's a basic pose. I'll come in a bit closer on that angle. Very poseable, this figure, very flexible. There's my thumb again. Yeah, and that's the sort of jetpack he's got on the back of the figure. So yeah, that's the first pose of the Green Lantern Hal Jordan. So I do prefer this look, this sword that he has, and I believe that did come off my Kyle Rayner Green Lantern, but I've posed him with this sword before, and I do like it. So this figure, along with the others you saw, Parallax, Kyle Rayner, John Stewart in the past, I bought them probably all over 5 years ago and I didn't pay full price. The twin pack with Hal Jordan and Batman was $9.99 and that was reduced from about 40 quid. So I jumped on it and it came with a green diorama. And Parallax and Kyle Rayner, John Stewart, well I know John Stewart was around $11.99 and the others were around 16. So I got a good deal for McFarlane figures. They're normally around 25. They've gone up to about 33 now, but I've been chasing Hal Jordan for the longest time, so we'll get him in another pose. So I've taken off the energy construct and I've shown you the gripping hands of Hal Jordan. As you can see, that's why those other energy fireball constructs were harder to get on, because on my other figures they're kind of fists, so it's easier. But that's him holding the sword with both hands, and I've seen the new updates on this figure, variations, but I do like this, and was motivated to get it mainly because of that movie behind the figure, Green Lantern, which even Ryan Reynolds had a go about in Deadpool. But I'm sorry to say, maybe it's me, I've watched it over and over many times and I like it. Overall, it's a good film and I wanted to see more, but he went off and did other things. Not that that was a bad thing, because obviously we got Deadpool. One of my favourite films he did, actually, Ryan Reynolds, was The Proposal with Sandra Bullock. But yeah, let's stay in the subject. So that's one of these other poses, and I'm going to bring out one more with a different weapon. So this is the final one really. Might do a couple of poses with this weapon, but this is off my John Stewart figure and I've never posed him with this weapon before. He was quite fiddly actually. Although he's got gripping hands, you've got to kind of be careful with the weapon that you're using, well this weapon, because it's plastic and I could see it breaking if you forced anything, but I like that kind of pose. Well, I'll see if I can do a couple of more and wind it up. A straight on shot now. I've aimed the weapon a little higher so you can see that this figure's quite flexible when it comes to handling this weapon. And you can see a bit more of that jetpack that I shot earlier. Well, I'll give you one more and leave it there. So this is the final one then. I'll put my two favourite weapons on this figure that I like to pose, the sword, and now, because it's the first time I've posed him with that weapon, that energy cannon. So, could be the pose that he stays in for now. But then again, I'll have to think about the other Green Lanterns and what weapons to put with them. But yeah, the series is coming out soon. I recognise a few of the actors. I like the look of John Stewart. One of the actors who plays the Green Lantern, the older version I think, of Hal Stewart is the guy who was the father in the Godzilla movies, if that's any use to you. But he's got the caliber, but I'm not sure where they're going with this story. I like to see the traditional suit, or this is kind of close to it, or even the suit that Ryan Reynolds had. I could live with that, but I think they're going to try something different. Whether the fans like it or not, I don't know. I'm not even sure what universe it's supposed to be tied into, whether it's any of the current films that are out there at the moment, DC films. But saying that, this is the figure that I was chasing for the longest time, Hal Jordan, Green Lantern. And I may well pick up a few more, because I do like a lot of them. But as I said earlier, it's down to space and availability and a decent price. So on that note, I'll say thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.